What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, you seen the subject of this video. We are in the truck. Bed's empty currently. Won't be shortly. We're on our way to a dealership up in the Phoenix area. I'm down near Tucson, Arizona. That's where I'm located. So we're driving up. It's about a 2-hour drive. I got another hour to go, and we're picking up another dirt bike for the channel. So I know, man, it's crazy for a channel that was mainly focused on quads, for how much dirt bike stuff I've been doing. I never thought I would enjoy it as much as I have. I just having a blast on dirt bikes. The last ride I just did on my WR, I did some single track stuff and everything, and a little bit more technical trails, and even a ride prior to that that I had on the channel when I went over to Pierce, Arizona, that the ride where the thumbnails in the snow. There was some trails on that where it was like rocky, and a little narrower shelf road. Not a shelf road, but a shelf like trail. I don't know how you describe it, but it was like a drop off on one side, and the trail was very rocky. And then getting into some really tight, rocky single track this past weekend. The WR has been great for almost everything I've done to this point, but those couple instances definitely doesn't shine in those areas. So we're going to add a two-stroke to the channel. If you guys watched my last riding video with the WR when I was testing the lowering link I installed, if you were paying attention, I actually mentioned in that video that I'd be adding a two-stroke to the channel at some point this year. So I priced every two-stroke under the sun for the past couple of weeks, and made a list of positives and negatives to everything, and try to weigh the differences as to which one I wanted to buy and make and do for the channel. Some of the decision-making process was for the channel that pushed me towards the particular bike I'm getting. Some of it was, well, I don't want to say too much, it might spoil it. So you guys know I've had one other two-stroke on the channel. Prior to my WR, I had a Beta 300 cross trainer, and I love the characteristics of the two-stroke in terms of just being able to ride it really slow. I know there's some old school guys listening to this right now probably, or people that don't understand like the modern enduro two-stroke. But the modern enduro two-strokes are tuned and built so that you can ride them slow, and they're meant to be ridden slow or on the pipe. Like the old school two-strokes, you got to be on the pipe or you'd foul plugs, and that's the way they were built. That's the way they were set up. That was the technology back then. Modern two-strokes are not like that. You can get two-strokes that are still that way. YZ250, for example, stuff like that. But if you get, like, say, a YZ250X, those bikes are meant for woods bike. Meant to ride it lower in the RPMs and chug without losing traction. KTM's and Husqvarna's, Betas, all their enduro lines of bikes built for that purpose. And then you can also get from those same manufacturers their cross-country versions or motocross versions, and those are obviously set up to be a little hot. I will give you guys one hint, and that is we are going with an enduro two-stroke with a headlight, so that'll narrow it down a little bit. There's only a few brands that offer that. I strongly considered a Yamaha YZ250X. There's a couple of reasons why I chose not to choose that bike. Besides, I kind of wanted a headlight bike and the gauge cluster with the speedometer and all that stuff. And that bike doesn't have that, but the final straw for me was that bike is way too tall. Right out of the box, like I couldn't even ride. I wouldn't even be able to sit on it. Like, it's 38.5-inch seat height. My WR, I lowered an inch, and that started out at a 37.5-inch seat height. So I wouldn't even be able to, literally wouldn't be able to be on the bike, like on the YZ 250X, but I instantly have to get a lower seat and then lower it another inch, just to, like, get 2 inches down just to ride it. So that, and it is a kickstart. And then again, I know some of you old school guys, kickstarts are cool, and they're cool. But like, just for example, last weekend I was out riding that single track stuff with my buddy Scott, and we both talked about it after the fact, because we both considered YZ250X prior. And we were like, dude, you know how many times we like shut the bike off and started it back up again just on this ride alone? Can you imagine kickstarting it every single time? Like, it's exhausting. Like, yeah, it's cool if you're just going to start it once and go out and ride and come back to your truck. But like, I just that kind of did it for me. If they ever put electric start on that bike and made it a little lower, I think that'd be an awesome bike, because it's obviously dead balls reliable. It's a Yamaha. Those Yamaha YZs are super reliable bikes and easy to work on too. That's another great thing about them. But so we ruled that bike out for a bunch of those various reasons, all combined. It's just like, this is not the right bike. Price wise, it's good, but just not logistically for what I want to do. I want to be able to go out, putt around, kind of explore some stuff without having to be really, snappy throttle at the bottom. I want us to be able to lug it around, be able to do some tighter stuff without having to worry about, shooting off the trail, which was like nerve-wracking a little bit with the WR, to be honest with you, in a couple of the situations I've been in the last few rides. So we still have the WR and it's still going to be on the channel. So for a while anyway. At some point I'll probably make a decision on selling a bike and going back down to one. But for a little bit here, we're going to have 2 bikes on the channel, and we're going to do some comparison videos and this, that, and the other thing. So with it being a headlight bike, it leads us to, let's see, which bikes offer headlights in a 2-stroke enduro line. We have KTM. That'd be cool. We have Husqvarna, also equally cool, maybe a little cooler. Gas, equally as cool, just a few less bells and whistles, but virtually the same bike as the Husky and the KTM, but just a few cost-cutting things left off, and they're a little more affordable. And then we have the Beta. I wouldn't go with an X Trainer again, because I loved the motor and chassis on that bike, but suspension was horrible. Like, for anything, like you get a bike for a specific use, but you want it to be able to work like when speeds do pick up. Like, if you get, like, I want a bike that can do everything well. The WR does fast extremely well, and mid-paced and slow stuff. Mid-paced stuff really well too. Slow-paced stuff, I would say, that's its weakness. It can do it, but when it gets really tight, that's when its downfall is. So want a 2-stroke where you can do all that tight stuff really well, and then it can also ride mid-paced, high-speed stuff, no problem. So that's where a lot of the enduro bikes shine that way. So for a Beta, would be the RR models or the race edition models. Be good for that stuff. I think more of the RR models, I was pricing those, not the race edition, so that'll narrow it down a little bit there on that spectrum. Just because the race edition comes with the KYBs tuned a little stiff. They're for cross-country racing, kind of GP stuff, going hard into things, and that's not what I'm getting this bike for. I'm getting it to go for slower, more technical stuff. I'm not going to be doing no Cody Webb hard enduro stuff, so don't get too excited. But just kind of expanding what I've been doing already, and kind of building my skill set a little bit. I was actually rather impressed with what I was able to do on WR, and I know for a fact if I was on my X Trainer in those conditions that I was in this past weekend, it would have been way easier to do. So I was already pricing 2-strokes before that, but that kind of like really sealed the deal for me. So we're on our way to get it. So there you got 4 things. Think about what do you think. Leave comments and what you think I got. We are looking at either a Beta, KTM, Husky, or a Gas. of the Enduro lines. So either a 250 or a 300 or a 150. I've priced all of them. So leave a comment below and tell me what you guys think I'm getting. And I will pick up with you guys when we get to the dealership. And who knows, maybe we'll see what we got. So stay tuned, stick around, leave a comment, smash the thumbs up button, and subscribe if you haven't already also. And if you haven't, follow us on it, Instagram. Might get a little sneak peek before YouTube does if you follow me there. So let's get to the dealer. We'll catch up with you there. All right, guys, we are pulling up to the dealership. What do we got here? Uh-oh. What do we got? What are we looking at? What do we see? AEO Power Sports. What do they sell? KTM, Husqvarna, Gas, and Kawasaki. Well, man, I guess that rules out Beta, huh? Oh boy, look at this place. All right, there's quite a selection. Here we got all these Huskies. All kinds of bikes here. Got ones for the little guys. Got some KTMs. My goodness. This is like a kid in a candy store. Look at these Heritage editions. Oh my god. Love those coloring. What should I buy? What should I buy? Well, they got gases too. Let's check them out. Look at these, man. Really nice. Got all the gas lineup. And they got some set of bikes here. If you guys are looking for a bike, the Austrian flavor, they got everything. But I guess the question is, man, quite the bike. Question is, which one did I buy? Guess you guys will have to wait till the next video to find out. Haha. See you guys on the next one.